Hi guys, welcome to the May 2023, the first Q&A call. Today is Wednesday, the 10th of May, and I'm going to go through some questions that we got. I know some of you guys are still trying to figure out your calendar, and I created a calendar so you guys can easily hop on. But please let me know if these times are not good for you to hop on live. I know some of us are actually working in the business during this time. So if you guys want to suggest a different time that we can do Q&A, we will see if we can work that for you. Or we can do, one Q&A in the morning and maybe the next week a Q&A in the evening. So let me know. So I got some questions that I am gonna go through, 3 questions that came through when I was marketing for this. And I'm gonna answer those questions, and they did trigger some stuff that I had in my mind to tell you guys, which is interesting. So first question we got was a basic accounting question. What's the best accounting software to use? Now, remember I talked about accounting being a means to an end. So I don't want you guys to make it complicated. If you have, depending on the size of your business, if you can just record things in a spreadsheet, it's going to make it so much easier, because if you have to hand that over to your bookkeeper or your accountant, they can easily format that and upload that into any accounting software. So if you don't want to spend money on an accounting software, if you don't have the time to enter anything into accounting software, if you don't have the help, just record your checks, your cash, your goings out, your outflows, and your inflows, how much money you collected today, into a spreadsheet. What I want to say also is to make, we actually got a client that sent a spreadsheet that was so complicated. I had to literally enter every column separately into QuickBooks. So don't make it complicated, right? If you have a checkbook, you have your check, your date, of course, your data would always come first, your check number, your payee, that's who you paid the check to, and your amount. Also, it's very important to put the memo, right? So the 5 things: the date, the check number, the payee, that's who you paid it to, the memo, so that's the description on the check. So if you, paid for office supplies at, your local stationery store, just put office supplies, for the office or whatever it is, or you bought paper, or you bought pens, or whatever, the wall calendar. Just put what it is in the memo. Your accountant or your bookkeeper will be able to designate that to the correct account, right? The memos are very important. We've seen a lot of people writing checks that don't have memos, so we don't even know what it's for, right? So that's the first thing. Just do a simple spreadsheet if you don't want to do use one of the accounting softwares. Now back to the question, what's the best accounting software to use? We have been using, and a lot of people around the world use QuickBooks. I still use QuickBooks Desktop. That means that it's done, the program is downloaded on our computers at the office. So that's QuickBooks Desktop. QuickBooks also came out with QuickBooks Online. And when that first came out, I didn't really like it because some of the reports, it wasn't as robust as the QuickBooks Desktop. But they've been improving it, and it is much better than it used to be. Of course, I'm old school. I would always prefer the QuickBooks Desktop, but the QuickBooks Online is basically online. So you can use any computer to enter, once you know your password, your login, etc. You can just update it as from wherever you are in the world, right? Everybody's sort of going, putting the desktop stuff to bed. Even Microsoft Word Online, Office Online, everybody's doing that to make it more accessible to different people. So the QuickBooks Desktop, this QuickBooks Online, and I also like Xero. This is a UK-based software, and I find it a lot nicer. The interface is nicer to deal with than QuickBooks Online. So those are the three I use. We use in the company, three of those. There's a couple of clients that used to use Peachtree. I don't know what's happened to Peachtree in the for the past couple of years. I really haven't heard about Peachtree. But if you want to use an accounting software, you can get the QuickBooks Desktop. But remember, they're kind of phasing that out. QuickBooks Online or Xero. That's Xero, Xero.com. So those are the three accounting softwares that I would recommend. So we had another question, what is the academy going to be like? Is it just going to be you showing us how to do accounting work, bookkeeping? And I said, heck no, right? As I said, and I keep harping to you guys, accounting is a means to an end. So what we're going to focus on in here is the account, having you understand the accounting reports that should be produced from that accounting software, right? Or even if you have an Excel spreadsheet, you should be able to understand, your debits and your credits and where things go. So we're going to be teaching you accounting. We're going to be teaching you financial management, but you can't manage your financial financial reports or your finances before you understand the accounting that builds up into the financial management. We're also going to touch on a little financial literacy, because financial literacy is important for both employees and people in business, right? We're going to touch on that. And I expand more about that in my other brand where, I do, courses that are a lot longer, and I do accelerators, etc. Well, we're going to touch on that in the Financial Management Academy. We're also going to talk a little about money mindset, because as we've heard, or I don't know if you've heard, but when you look after your money looks after you. So, and that is why I tell my clients and my Profitize World brand that first thing you do every morning, you get up, whatever, your first thing you do for the workday is to check your account, check your bank account, right? When I started doing this, because I would check it, whenever at lunchtime or whatever, but that's the first thing I do now is to check my bank accounts in the morning. I gotta check my bank account. I gotta, here's my checkbook. I gotta reconcile my checkbook. We're gonna teach you how to do that in one of the sessions, in one of the modules for the boot camp. But yeah, the first thing you do every morning is to check your account, check your checkbook, check all your different accounts. And one thing that I came across is that sometimes when you don't check it, the bank also makes mistakes. Yes, they have their internal auditors looking at it. They have their back end, back office people checking every day and reconciling. But sometimes, and I've had a couple of errors, over the time. Sometimes the bank does make errors. So it's important for you to check your accounts every day so you can catch these errors as they happen. And yeah, somebody else did ask about if we're going to talk about money mindset, and I touched on that before in the other question. Yeah, because money mindset is important. It's important for you to have a good money mindset and not keep thinking about, oh, my business is failing, or my business sucks. Because the business is the one that is providing you with the freedom or with the employment or with the money that you are, earning, using to pay your bills, right? So it's important that we talk a little about the money mindset thing. So This is a short call. I'm still going to be online, but I want you guys to know that on Wednesday's Q&A is for you to ask whatever questions you want. I've given you 2 opportunities to ask questions. One is in the coaching office hours. And for those that don't understand what that means I'm going to be online. That one is not going to be recorded. So I'm going to be online and you can jump on and ask any question you like specifically to your business. I don't think I'm going to record that, unless, the members say, okay, yeah, I want to hear, because sometimes it's good to hear about different businesses that have the same problems that you have, because sometimes you think you're alone in this whole entrepreneurial space, when in fact, there are millions of people, billions of businesses, that are probably having the same problem that you do, that you are. So it's important that we listen to hear other people's problems, and hear other people's solutions, because that can help lift us up and out of the doldrums sometimes. So that is what the coaching office hours is about on Mondays, Monday afternoons. So on Wednesdays, we going to do the Q&A about the boot camp. About the boot camp, the training on Mondays. So it's for you guys to jump on, or you can even send me your questions. If you don't want to jump on live, you can send me your questions before Wednesdays at 9, and I will go ahead and answer the questions. And hopefully that will be helpful to you if you can jump on live, because I know you guys are working in the business as we speak. Okay, so I'm gonna end this recording now, but I'm still gonna be online. If you want to jump on and ask me a question. So take care, and I'll see you guys on Monday. And of course, if there are any other questions, just post them in the feed and I will get to them. I can answer them in the feed, and I can also answer them live on Q&A Wednesdays. So take care. Bye.